Welcome to the Current Report podcast. I'm Cece Woods, investigative reporter at thecurrentreport.com, and I am with my co-host Prime.
Yes. Good afternoon. Talk about some Cece, some strange times. I gotta say, definitely have to talk about this.
What a week we've had. What a week. So where should we start?
I really don't know. I'm at a loss for words. Like I said. Now, I think the biggest one that everyone wants to talk about is just the deputy letter. What's going on with that? Because that is something. When I first read your article, I just couldn't believe what Horvath had to say pertaining to what the deputies are going to be inclined to do.
Well, first and foremost, I posted the clip of Lindsay Horvath running her fucking pie hole on Fox LA.
Federal government act lawlessly in our communities, and we have to take a stand.
And if they don't, would ICE be arrested essentially by county sheriff's department? How would that work? I think that's what we're asking. Is
so what we're saying is that county officials, including law enforcement, will have certain responsibilities as it relates to keeping ICE out of these facilities. Mm-hmm. Yes.
We did reach out to ICE this morning, so we wanted to read their statement here and get your reaction to this. They said this is illegally illiterate. Enforcing federal immigration laws is a clear federal responsibility under Article 1, Article 2, and the Supremacy Clause, while Los Angeles sanctuary politicians continue to release pedophiles, rapists, gang members, and murderers onto the city streets. Our brave law enforcement will continue to risk their lives to arrest these heinous criminals and make Los Angeles safe again. How does this serve the people of Los Angeles, the biggest losers these politicians were elected to serve?
Even the anchors on Fox LA were shocked, like that this was even coming out of her mouth. And it's not rocket science. You can't make laws, in LA County that supersede federal. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. It's insane that this woman could actually go on air and pretend like this is a real thing, because it's not.
And just for the people, so they have an understanding, Cece, what exactly did Horvath have to say with this?
Well, the Board of Supervisors unanimously approved a no-go zone for ICE. Okay, so they're basically saying county property is a no-go zone for ICE. And that could be, county buildings. It could be parks. It could be any property that is owned by the County of Los Angeles. They're saying is a no-go zone for ICE. They don't have that authority. They just don't have that authority to stop federal agents from doing their job. They allow this ordinance to get passed on Tuesday, and then Horvath goes on Fox LA shooting off her freaking pie hole, basically saying, oh, we passed this, and now local law enforcement is going to be ordered to arrest, detain, or impede ICE if they do not follow this ordinance that has been put in place. It's like, it's insane. It's insane. Okay. So I couldn't even imagine how viral that clip went, to the point where Fox News, Laura Ingraham, who's got 5 million followers on X, she reposted my post. Laura Ingraham, she says, county sheriffs in LA are going to start arresting ICE officers. Why doesn't LA just start deputizing illegal aliens to arrest ICE? Gotta keep the crazy train running. Yes, gotta keep the crazy train running. Like it is a crazy train.
Like I was saying earlier, Cece, think back when the golden days of Los Angeles and the golden days of the department of Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. If you were to say sometime in the future the deputies are going to be doing something like this, or being ordered, rather I should say being ordered to do something like this, people will laugh at you. Like I said earlier in the video, it's like almost being in the Twilight Zone. It literally,
It
this
does feel that way.
You could literally write a TV show off of this.
I totally agree with you. And it just gets crazier and crazier by the moment. And the fact that Lindsay Horvath actually thinks that these deputies are going to follow those guidelines, she's out of her fucking mind. That'll never happen. And each one of those threads went freaking crazy, like absolutely crazy, with law enforcement basically saying there's no way in hell we are going to uphold this ordinance. And that is what that Just a Deputy letter was all about.
Yeah, I really encourage people to read this letter, because this letter is definitely well written, and you could really feel the deputies' concern and passion for what's happening here. And he or she is actually absolutely 100% right when he states that they're being used as political pawns. And to be honest with you, under Luna's administration, this is not the first time.
No.
The deputies are continuously being used as political pawns, not only under this particular administration, but also by the Board of Supervisors. And Villanueva actively fought against this, and this is why he got so much heat. It's because he wasn't going to allow the deputies to be political pawns.
Yes. And speaking of which, Luna is nowhere to be found making any statements of any kind regarding this, which is...
He hasn't said anything?
It's completely unacceptable. He has not made any statement whatsoever. So typical of Bunker Bob, and he, runs and hides. And that's exactly what Alex Villanueva, former Sheriff Alex Villanueva, said in our article. Basically said he ran and hid under his desk, sucking his thumb,
Yeah, well, I mean, of course he's not going to say anything. There's no photo opportunity for him at the moment.
No backbone.
I'm pretty sure once that comes about, he'll come out and more than likely, wave his hand somewhere. But, it's so disgusting. And again, in retrospect, who's paying for this? The people of Los Angeles are paying for this. The poor deputies who are ridiculously overworked as it is already are dealing with this. They're stuck in between, and they're being used as pawns.
Being put in this situation is going to fuel more departures by deputies to other agencies. So they're already at a record low right now, hovering under 7,000.
Yeah.
And personnel, that is a number that has not been seen since the 80s. You think that these shenanigans and not having a sheriff come out and say, I will not have my deputies enforce an ordinance and impede ICE agents from their federal duties. I'm not going to put my deputies in harm's way for a nonsense ordinance that is protecting illegal aliens. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
And what about ALADs? Where the fuck are they?
Oh, there's crickets there. Guarantee it. There's crickets there. It's such a commonality now. Such a commonality now.
Yeah.
Hopefully that would change, obviously. But I really doubt it. And again, I don't think the department can really afford any more people leaving.
No.
They're already at a record low, and the morale is shot beyond all belief. And this is just adding. This is a cherry on top, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So that mass exodus is going to get more mass. Let me tell you, it's going to really pick up now, because there is no common sense with these leaders in Los Angeles County. And it's very clear that the unions are not going to have their back.
No.
And so it does not pay to be a law enforcement officer in LA County, especially at the LA County Sheriff's Department.
No, it's definitely not appealing in the slightest whatsoever. It's actually detriment to somebody's health.
Yes. Yeah. You could very easily put yourself in a position with ordinances like this where they're going to sell your soul down the river, just like they did to Trevor Kirk.
Absolutely 100%. 100%.
So that's
He's actually
another Trevor Kirk in the making. And for those of you who don't know who Trevor Kirk is, if you're watching this, go to thecurrentreport.com, go into the search bar and put in his name, Trevor Kirk. Read the stories. It's horrific what happened to this young man.
Yeah, it's very important people educate themselves as to what happened with Trevor Kirk, because this is actually something that could happen to any deputy, any law enforcement officer in Southern California, for sure.
Yes. That's pretty much the big story that we had this week. Last week, I went on John Phillips' show, and he was talking about why LA political leaders don't stand up and call out corruption and call out this and call out that. And I'm like, we had one. His name is Alex Villanueva, and thank God he's running for sheriff again, because he is the only one that stood up to the corruption in LA County.
There is one politician that has done that in the past, and he got the screws, and that is former Sheriff Alex Villanueva. And thankfully, he is running again, because that's who we need back at the Sheriff's Department, not only to rescue that department and rebuild it, but to reopen the public corruption unit that Sheriff Luna closed the second he took office. And he closed it because he is covering for LA County Supervisors and all their dirty deeds.
That was the biggest story that we had this week. Yeah. We have a couple of other updates. Well, we have another story that it gets a close second, which is the deputy, Brandon Longoria, who was served Starbucks with a pig caricature that was drawn on the cup. The Norwalk station called this Starbucks in Norwalk, made an order and paid for it. This was not free coffee. Yeah. And when they went through the drive-through to pick it up, Brandon's partner handed him the cup. He saw the pig. And once he saw the pig, he was pissed. Rightfully so.
As well he should.
It's a fucking big middle finger to law enforcement. And I'll tell you what, my biggest issue, disrespect. You fucking disrespect me. Ooh, it is going down.
Yeah, it's the disrespect aspect. It's also the fact that it happened during Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. And, you know, the thing is, I get it, you know, there's a lot of officers that say, oh, you know, a lot of people really in general, they're saying, oh, it's just a pig drawing, get over it, you guys are cops. Now, wait a minute. These are the same people who are saying like, oh, you know, the cops got their feelings hurt, are the same people that get their feelings hurt when you don't use their particular pronouns that they want to use. Not only that, it's disrespectful to the people who actually support law enforcement, actively support Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. And just like we just said earlier in the show, they're going through a lot. And this is something that is just, it's not funny. And it's a utter slap in the face to not only the deputies, but law enforcement just in general. Yeah. You know,
I was so incensed when I first saw that. I was like, how dare you? By the way, drawing a caricature of any kind is against Starbucks policy. Okay. So right there, they weren't supposed to do it. Then you add an extra measure of disrespect on top of it all. I mean, a blatant fuck you to a paying customer. Like, I'm just going on that. How about just that? What if you drew some, I don't know, purple-haired idiot on a cup and the purple-haired idiot got pissed? You know, you're not supposed to be doing that, period. It's not just about being a cop. It's about following corporate procedures and guidelines that you are taught, and that's why you get paid to do that job, and respect that company's policies. Period. End of story.
At the end of the day, it was extremely disrespectful. And to be honest with you, that particular ex-employee now got what they deserved. Them deserve, I guess, however you want to put that.
Well, actually, 2 employees got fired, which is good.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, so have fun on the Indeed.com.
So that, so that was the runner-up for the biggest story this week. And that, which also went viral. I mean, it was carried. Sure, it was shown on mainstream media, and I was contacted by Fox for that story as well. They saw my story. the last but not least honorable mention for the week, I met with ATF agents in person.
Nice.
Yes, about the missing grenade. And rest assured, this investigation is moving forward with lightning speed.
Yeah.
And they are investigating certain areas. They are retrieving data. They are doing everything that they need to do to verify the original information that I gave them. And they are getting more information, obviously, from others. And it was a really cool experience to actually meet with these agents in person as a reporter, and really hash out the details of what I've learned and what they can share. And obviously there's a lot that they cannot share, but I can tell you 100% that this investigation is moving very fast.
Good.
So that's the update for that. And don't expect me to give details that is going to interfere with this investigation. The comments we got on the original video from a couple of morons who think that I should be spilling, the tea on every detail of a federal investigation. You guys need to get your fucking heads examined. And if you're law enforcement, shame on you.
I know, right? Like, I mean, come on, you know better, and then it's but I'm pretty sure people are just hungry to know what's going on, but all in due time. And
all in due time, yes.
This is something that you just gotta, it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. That's all. But we definitely have more stuff to talk about next week, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
There's a new policy that we got to get into.
Oh, yes,
obviously.
We got to get into that. And I'm sure there's going to be other things. Prime and I are going to try to lock in Fridays to film and release our episode over the weekend. And that's our new weekly schedule that we're going to work on. So more to come.
Right on.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, guys.